Hey everybody, this is Jason Akers with Green Acres Pest Control. And today I want to go over the top 3 places that you will get bed bugs, or can get bed bugs, or might get bed bugs. I don't want to make you think that you're going to definitely get bed bugs if you go to these places, but the reason I'm making this video is because I get asked this all the time. I actually put a poll up on my YouTube channel. I asked people what 2 videos they wanted, and the number 1 video was the best pesticide you can use. And if you're curious about that, I'll link it in the description below so you can go and see what a good chemical, if you have actually contracted bed bugs, what to buy, what would work, what you can use. It's not just a chemical that only I can get. It's something you can buy too, and that you can use that unless you live in like New York State or somewhere, there are ways that people up there have gotten it, but it's not legal unless you have a license in New York. Otherwise, no matter where else in the states you are, you can buy Crossfire. That's the pesticide. But like I said, I'll link it in the description below. You can go check out that pesticide. But, excuse me, but what I want to talk about today are the top 3 places that you can actually pick up bed bugs. The reason I'm going over this is because the number 1 way that you can eliminate bed bugs is to ensure that you never get them in the first place. And also, if you have bed bugs, you want to not pick them up again. The biggest question that people, the number 1 question that I actually ask people when I do pest control is, do you know how you got the bed bugs in the first place? You really do need to know how they got in your house. So the number 1 way that people have gotten bed bugs over all the years is they've gotten them through hotels. All right, now this is like an obvious thing. Hotels, VRBO, rental agencies, you go in and you're renting a property, you're staying at a hotel, and someone that before you got there, they slept there maybe that night or the previous night, and they took bed bugs in, and now you're going to get them from the hotel. That's like the number 1 place that people get them. I have countless videos on my channel showing how to, and if I think about it, I'll link it below, but you can go through my bed bug playlist. I've got like 40 some videos in there now of all kinds of, identification, how to identify them. But anyway, in hotels, they like to get in around the box springs. They like to get on the bed skirting and the dust ruffle. And a lot of times, if you just look at the box spring, you can see bed bug droppings. You can see bed bugs. My daughter, who is 5 years old, and I actually make several videos of her, and I've got a couple on Facebook of her going through checking rooms for bed bugs. Even she knows what to look for. I've trained her to go in. She's little, so she crawls under the beds, and she's able to actually find the droppings, find the live bugs. She's able to, she knows what they look like. She knows what to look for, and she's only 5. So, anyone can do this. It's not that hard. You go in, you look under the dust ruffle, you look for droppings, you look for live bugs, look behind those little corner guards on the box springs, because a lot of times they will harbor bed bugs and there's casings. If you find bed bugs in a hotel that you're going to stay at, and I understand sometimes you get there late and you can't just go find another hotel. So just demand another room and show them the evidence. Go take the lady in there or the man or whatever and show you, hey, look, there's the bed bugs, there's the droppings. I'm not staying in this room, or you're going to have to pay my exterminator to kill my bed bugs. So most of the time when they are actually confronted with evidence, they will work with you on, giving you another room in the place, or maybe even a refund or something like that. So look to that. And all right. So the number two is, now this is going to encompass several different things, but it really kind of it's all like one big group, and it's public transit. Now, public transit is including airplanes. All right. So airliners, airports, I'm including those in this whole group because it's basically it's where the general public is going to transport themselves. All right, so you've got the airports, airport seating. You can look around seating. You can find bed bugs in the seating at airports. City buses, school buses. I actually did a job for a guy and found out that the bed bugs were coming from the school bus. His school bus was actually infested with bed bugs because the neighborhood that he patrolled through to pick up the kids to take them back and forth to school, the kids in that neighborhood had bed bugs. And so they'd come on the bus, they'd drop their backpack underneath the seats and stuff. The bugs would crawl up on the seats. And so he just made sure his kids stopped using the bus, and he was just really, because he was a bus driver, so he was just real careful about contracting the bed bugs himself, and then just made sure his kids didn't ride the bus anymore and that they were taken to school through another way, their transportation, and that solved his problem. He stopped having bed bugs altogether. So public transit, I know a lot of times, I actually read an article, it was a press release by New York City, where they were claiming that, our public transit is not even hospitable for bed bugs. That is not true. The metro, the subway, city buses, they run all the time. As long as there's a blood meal there 18 hours out of the day, 18 months out of the year, because it takes a bed bug 18 months they can live without a blood meal. So you figure they're on the bus, they're going to run the bus once in 18 months. So, to say that it's not a hospitable area for bed bugs is absolutely not true. People will get on the buses. A lot of times in your inner city places, homeless people will ride the buses and they'll stay on the bus as long as they can, or they'll stay on the subway and the metro stations as long as they can until they're kicked off. And so that gives the bed bugs a place to live off of them. They can bite them and live on the bus or live on the subway. So keep that in mind when you're taking public transit. Just be really mindful of where you sit. Just look where you put your butt, because they will crawl up in your pockets and they'll crawl onto your shirt, and you won't know they're there because you don't have any nerve endings in your clothing. So keep that in mind. And the number 3 most, and this is the worst one of all of the things I've said so far, is friends and family. And I know this is hard to say, but a lot of times when it comes to friends and family, you have to practice tough love and tell them, look, you're bringing bed bugs into my home, stop coming over. We can meet at a Golden Corral. We can meet at a McDonald's. We can go somewhere else. We can go to the park. I know it's wintertime, so, figure something out. Try to meet somewhere else, not at your home, so that you can still have friends and you can still have family. And if they've got bed bugs, you don't have to worry about them bringing them into your house. This is probably, honestly, this is probably the number 1 way now that people are actually getting bed bugs, because a lot of times people don't know they have them. And you can't, all right, if your sister-in-law comes over to visit and she drops bed bugs off in your house, she may not know that she had bed bugs. You can't just assume she knew and brought them over there and just didn't have your interest at heart at all, and she just wanted to come over to your house. Don't assume that, because a lot of times people don't know they have them. I've been in homes where people have had them for years, and they did not honestly know they had bed bugs at all until someone came over and started getting bit that, evidently had a real bad allergic reaction. And so just keep that in mind, that it's not always their fault. But also, once you find out they bring them in your home, you need to point out, you need to say, look, you can't come over because you have bed bugs. It's very expensive for me to get rid of this problem. And unless you're going to pay the bill for my exterminator, you're going to need to go and hire one for your own home. As soon as you get rid of them in your own home, I have no problem with you coming back over and hanging out with the kids or hanging out with us, or, having card games or game nights or whatever. But right now, until you get your problem solved, don't come over. And the reason I say this is because, if people had the flu, they would tell you, I have the flu, I can't come over, I'm sick, I can't come over. And they would give you that courtesy because they're sick and they don't want you to come to their house, and they don't want to come to your house because they'll spread the disease. And you have to treat bed bugs like a disease. You have to treat them because they're very contagious. They hitch a ride, they drop off all kinds of different places, whether it's in your car in your home, in a restaurant, at the movie theater. There's so many places they can drop off of clothing that, you know, they could literally be anywhere. And this is not made to be, you know, to make people paranoid. This is just a very informative video trying to help you guys understand that it is an epidemic. It is something that needs to be taken care of. Like I said, check out my other videos on how to get rid of bed bugs yourself. I don't mind helping. I'm here to help. So look me up. You guys have a real great day. I really appreciate it. And I'll be seeing y'all later. Thanks a lot.